Hello, welcome to Math Tips for Parents, Improving Math Calculations Using Calculators. Is it cheating to use a calculator in school? For most middle and high school students, the answer is no. Here's why. Using calculators builds comfort with technology, which is a daily part of adult life in the modern world. Most of us carry a mini calculator around with us every day in our smartphones. Using a calculator is a useful skill for an adulthood filled with paying bills, calculating tips, and balancing finances. Using a calculator greatly improves calculation accuracy. Having even a small error in mental or paper calculations virtually guarantees an incorrect answer to a problem. Calculators do not make these mistakes, barring human error while entering data, that is. Using calculators makes solving math problems faster and more enjoyable. It levels the playing field for people who struggle with performing math computation accurately and swiftly. The calculator can save time and prevent the mental anguish many people feel when trying to compute numbers mentally or on paper. And using calculators shifts the focus of solving math problems from computation to complex thinking and problem solving. When the brain is released from computing, it may be freed up to comprehend larger math concepts. Most math and science classes in the upper grades still have students show their work. In these situations, calculators are a math tool, and using them is not cheating. So when should students use a calculator? Let's use this flowchart as a guide. First, ask yourself, what is the primary purpose of the activity? If the primary purpose is practicing computation skills or math facts, then no calculator should be used. But if the primary purpose is solving problems, exploring patterns, conducting investigations, or working with real-world data, then ask yourself, can the student perform the needed calculations accurately? If yes, then a calculator use is optional but recommended. And if no, then the calculator is required for use. Most middle and high school students have already been exposed to the basics of mathematics and computation in elementary school. They have learned many strategies for solving problems, such as mental math, paper and pencil computation, drawing models and pictorials, and using a calculator. In upper grades, students use that knowledge to explore complex concepts. By middle school, most math and science classes allow students to use a basic or scientific calculator for routine calculations. Students in 6th and 7th grades may use basic calculators for the state math OSTP assessment, and students in 8th grade may use scientific calculators on their math and science OSTP assessments. High school students may also be allowed to use graphing calculators in some subjects. Students may use scientific and/or graphing calculators on the ACT, and students in 11th grade may use scientific and/or graphing calculators on the Oklahoma CCRA assessment. Refer to each assessment for specific guidelines on allowable calculator models. Teaching calculator skills. Like with any other skill, mastery requires practice. Students must be taught how to physically use calculators and how to break down math problems in order to use a calculator as a computation tool. You start by becoming familiar with the keys on the calculator you will be using. Where are they located? What functions do they perform? Which ones will be needed most often? And which keys do you need to press to make a function happen, such as a shift function or mode key? Calculators are not magic wands. You still have to think a lot. You will need to read the problem carefully. Is a calculator the right tool to use to solve the problem, or is another tool or solution method better? For some types of problems, a calculator will not be helpful or may even be a waste of time. It is important to know how and when to use a calculator. If a calculator is a good tool for solving the problem, what operations will you need to use? In what order do the numbers need to be entered, and do you need to do more than one step to get the solution? Calculators may help with the computation, but only if the mathematical reasoning behind entering the data is sound. If data is entered incorrectly, or in the wrong order, or with the wrong operation, or even just with the decimal point in the wrong place, you will still have the wrong answer, even though the calculator calculates accurately. You also have to interpret the data the calculator provides. What does it mean? What unit is it in? This is especially important when solving time, measurement, and money problems. Remember, calculators are an effective tool to support sound mathematics reasoning, but they are not a magic wand. They only do good work when you use good thinking. Thank you.